Hello, good evening, and welcome to Baldur's Gate, where I have actually finished the main plot, but I'm moving on to a spin-off, continuation, add-on, something that was made a few years later called the Siege of Dragonspear, which follows on directly from the end of the plot of the main game of Baldur's Gate, and which was included in my enhanced edition, so I'm just playing it through. Also, good evening, Aris. Welcome back. And that is quite a few points to spend, I must agree. Okay, let me jump this over to the live scene so that chat will actually get projected. Victory! I'd forgotten how long that one was. And yes, I did indeed have victory over my nemesis half-brother, my half-brother nemesis. Whichever one it counts as, I don't know. But in any case, I did have victory over him, but now I'm having to... He was a weirdo. He was a terrible weirdo. But now I have to deal with the fallout of having defeated him, which is more than I expected. So, I have gathered up what of my former party members I could convince to come join me, because someone attempted to assassinate me. They failed, but they almost killed Imowen. And she is still recovering from the near-death experience and will not be joining me on my trip. Which, very sad. Very, very sad. So I've picked up a different thief named Safana here. Oh, Minsk is here. Minsk is definitely here. And he brought Dynamic Hair with him because he refuses to go anywhere without her. Boo obviously agreed to join me. Boo was like first in line. Imowen will not be joining me because, you know, she's had a near-death experience, so I have Safana here. Jahira is not in the city, and neither is Khaled. I'm hoping to find them outside. Apparently, after we defeated my nemesis half-brother, they decided to take a nice vacation together towards the north, you know, have some relaxing time, and it just so happens that the place where I'm going to confront the person who hired the assassins is northward. So I'm really hoping that I'm going to run into them, because right now my party is very small. This is a very anemic little party here. And I would definitely like to expand it a little. But yes, I have just finished like sorting through all of the stuff that was in my chest of wonders here to figure out what to take with me and what to leave behind. So now that I've played that inventory game...
Oh, you bet.
Jahira and Khaled, they're married, Oris. I mean, they didn't see fit to tell me so while we were adventuring together, but apparently they're all, like, married and junk. Let's see, this is my box. What's in it? More stuff. Oh, it appears to be all the special arrows. Okay. You.
Want me? Right.
this is all the stuff that Imoen was carrying at the end of the plot. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, we're gonna put this on. Going to replace the arrows +1 with the arrows +2. I'm going to try and remember how to split stacks. I don't remember how to split stacks. Yeah, I have no idea. Fine then. Oh, interesting. Okay, put those on the ground. What are these? Bracers of Defense AC 7 versus Bracers of Archery. Bracers of Archery. Let's see. Cloak of Protection +1 versus Whispers of Silence. No, let's leave her in the Whispers of Silence. Played more Baldur's Gate 2 and Neverwinter's Nights. Well, I haven't made it to Baldur's Gate 2 yet. I do have it, but I wanted to finish Baldur's Gate 1 before I started in on it. Neverwinter Nights, I don't believe I have, actually. I think that was one of the ones that I did not get. Well, this is a conundrum. Okay. Let me put some things back in the box. This. These. This. That. Those. There we go. Jorg, hello, good evening. I have not besieged Dragon's Spear yet because I still haven't left Baldur's Gate. You know, I took forever to get to Baldur's Gate and now I'm just loath to leave it, and also I keep finding more stuff. Just so much more stuff. Going to put that on her. Okay. Okay, alright.
Need me?
Yes, I would like you to pick up that 3 stack and add it to your pile, thank you. And... yeah. Okay. Starting to get slightly more control over this. Now, who gets the 13 potions? Who has like a
Sweetheart?
who has a dearth of
Guy
potions?
called.
You know what? You are delicate. You take those.
Yes?
And you take those. And everybody's got a lot of potions now. Also, you. Put that on the ground. Put that on the ground. There we go. Okay. Minsk.
You want Boo?
Yes, I want Boo every day, but you won't let me have him. Every time I try and take him, you refuse. Okay. Now that I have hopefully found all the stuff, even with the window closed, the dull roar of the crowded street outside is hard to ignore. Okay.
Gotcha.
Alright. Alright. Let's save the inventory adventures of Foxwine.
We're more than mercenaries.
That's a flaming fist enforcer. Okay. Everything alright, ma'am? Well enough. It would be crass to complain under the circumstances. I awoke to a killer in my own quarters, and my friend may not survive the night. What do you think? Or it will be once idiot guards stop asking me idiot questions. It would be crass to complain under the circumstances. Dark circumstances indeed. Whoever's behind this attack, their lives won't be worth a copper once Grand Duke Belt finds them. I am
story?
Speedy. Okay, so these are just regular Flaming Fist Enforcers.
Okie doke.
Did Corwin not come upstairs with me? I guess Corwin didn't come upstairs with me. Okay, the stuff is equipped. Nobleman, servant.
Okie doke.
Flaming Fist Enforcer. Belt. Okay, let's see what Belt has to say.
Accept my apologies. My intent was to keep you and Imowen safe. Kalar's assassins, indeed any assassins, should never have been able to breach the palace.
Should never have been able to, but definitely did. These things happen. Speaking of happening, what in hell has happened to your voice? Where there's a will, there's a way. What do we know of the killer's mistress? This city has grown soft with my victories. The first casualty was vigilance. Let's not bother him about his voice, because I don't know that I really talked to him all that much before this. So, what do we know of the person who attempted to kill me? I wish there were more to tell. Our scouts in the Troll Claws and High Moor have had little success tracking her movements. In the process, many of our people have gone missing or worse, left our service to join her. What could turn loyal soldiers against their own city? Or all of them shall fall, as will their mistress. What would turn them against their own city? Adherents of many faiths flock to her banner. What she hopes to accomplish is vague, but that's done nothing to diminish her followers' devotion. This is all we know of the woman who threatens us and all the Sword Coast? Zealots for followers, a hidden agenda, and no idea of her plans or strategy. If she means to wage war upon us, we're already losing. What more do we know? Or enough steel and magic can end any crusade. This is all we know? She first appeared on the high moor with a handful of followers. Their ranks swelled alarmingly fast. Initially, their efforts were geared towards taking control of Dragonspear. Once the castle was seized, more flocked to her cause. Her army spread out in all directions, and now it has reached us. I hope you can end this threat. We will see about marshalling our own troops and preparing for another attack. Well, I know a half a thing more than I did. Okay, enforcer, servant. Nope, this is back. This is back in my bedroom. Since apparently I have the entire upper floor to myself. You know, this is a little embarrassing, but I've actually forgotten how to leave. Exit, exit, wherefore art thou exit?
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
Oh, you bet.
Wait, this seems more promising. Haha! I was on the wrong floor, that was the problem. Alright, let's make everybody pause so that I can see them. Janeth, enforcers. Jospel. You know what, let's harass Jospel some more.
You are welcome here.
Terrible business. Terrible. It can't go on. It just can't. Good day to you. A terrible business? What is? Or I must be going. Farewell. Good day to you. Is it a good day, though? Reports are coming in by the hour now. The world's a disaster. Homes put to the torch. Refugees filling Baldur's Gate with gods know how many more on the way. Where do these reports come from? Who's burning homes? Why are there so many refugees? Or you tell me nothing I don't already know. Farewell! Who's burning homes? Kalar Argent and her mad crusade, of course. What do they call her? Oh, right, the Shining Lady. What do you think Kalar hopes to achieve with this crusade? Is there anything you can tell me of this Shining Lady? I have another question, or I must go and prepare to face the Shining Lady now. Farewell. What do you think she hopes to achieve with this? No one seems to know the ultimate goal, but whatever it is, it must require a lot of people. Kalar's got an army marching across the Sword Coast, and it's growing. She claims her followers enjoy divine protection from all who challenge them. Lunacy, I call it. Tell me more of this Kalar. I have another question, or I will leave you now. Tell me more of this Kalar. She's an Argent, a family known for its service to Lathander the Morning Lord. Most of her ancestors were paladins in the Order of the Aster. Some say there's divine blood in her veins. She's convinced her followers they can face any challenge and emerge triumphant. Remind me what the crusade is about. I have another question, or I must be going. Remind me what the crusade is about. Okay, that's the same one. Okay, I have another question. All I hear every day is more talk of the crusade. Someone's got to put these dogs down, either Waterdeep or Baldur's Gate. It makes me sick what they've done. Perhaps Kalar knows something we don't. Who's to say the crusade won't do some good in the world? Changing the minds of those with a cause isn't easy, but I intend to save as many souls as I can. Or, they're zealots at best, fools at worst. We must break the crusade before more people die. I intend to save as many as I can. Someone must turn them for their own good. They march to their own doom. What more can I tell you? You said reports were coming in. Coming in from where? Who's responsible for the chaos running rampant in the north? Why are there so many refugees? Or I must be going. Farewell. Where are the reports coming in from? From the north. Kalar's crusade has already taken Dragonspear Castle. Bridgefort will fall soon if it hasn't already. Dragonspear Castle? Bridgefort? I have another question. Or I haven't time to discuss this matter. No, I'm getting good information here. Dragonspear? The adventurer Deiros Dragonspear built a castle on the edge of the high moor, midway betwixt Baldur's Gate and Waterdeep. He died ages ago. It's been a ruin for years, with only monsters and bandits going near it, until a crusade took it as their base. Okay. So, we are going to be besieging Dragonspear, not fighting off the siege of Dragonspear. That's good to know. I wish somebody had mentioned that before. I've been using the wrong stream titles for some time. You spoke of a place called Bridgefort. I have another question. I must be going. Okay, Bridgefort? Aye, it's the settlement next to Barskare Bridge. During the time of troubles, Sirik and Baal battled each other there. The water west of Bridgefort has been fouled, poisonous to drink ever since. Ooh. Okay. You mentioned Dragonspear Castle. There's something else I would ask you, or I must be going. Something else. Talking. That's all we can do, isn't it? Can't stop the Crusade's march. Can't keep them from taking Barskire Bridge. Helpless, that's what we are. The Dukes call upon the best and strongest the land has to offer. We will thwart the Crusade. It might seem so now. I still hope to see the situation resolved in our favor. Or such thoughts help no one. Pull yourself together, man. We will thwart the Crusade. Perhaps you're right. Maybe we can change things. Is there anything else I can tell you? Okay, let's see. Reports coming in. Who's responsible for the chaos? Why? Okay, here's the one. Why are there so many refugees? The Crusaders are doing a lot of damage to settlements up north. What sort of damages? Settlements? I have another question, or I must be going. What sort of damage? As they march south, the Crusaders demand food, weapons, and other supplies from settlements they encounter. What isn't volunteered, the Crusade takes by force. What settlements are the Crusaders targeting? I have another question. I must be going. What settlements are the Crusaders targeting? Farms, villages, even small towns. Those who resist are driven out, but the Crusade recruits as many as they displace. More, even. Veterans who cleared out Dragonspear Castle 10 years past, when devils poured out of it across the land, are eager to find a new cause. And those whose fortunes were lost to the Iron Crisis are desperate for any hope. The Crusade grows every day. You said the Crusade is doing significant damage. I have another question to ask, or I must go. I have another question to ask? I've brothers in the north who are missing thanks to the Crusade. I can't stop thinking about it, wondering what's happening, or happened to them. Dwelling on it keeps you from taking action here. Honor them by not giving in to despair. I'll do everything I can to end this crusade. You and your brothers will be reunited if they yet live. Or, it's better if you believe they're dead. False hope only makes you weak. You know what? I'm going to go for the second one. You and your brothers will be reunited if they yet live. That actually makes me feel better. Perhaps I will see my brothers again. What more can I tell you? Said reports are coming in from where? Who's responsible for the chaos running rampant in the north? Why is there so many refugees? Or I must be going. Farewell. Okay, you know what? That's everything, so I hope I've cheered you up, Jospel. Well, I do feel a bit better now. That's something to be thankful for. Take my staff with you. Maybe it'll help you out. Quarterstaff +1. Okay. Thank you, Jospel. I appreciate it. Mikaze, hello, good evening. I am a ranger, but I've been running around in melee most of the time. I'm the one with the flaming sword. It's very easy to pick me out. Okay, well, in the absence of any other people willing to go along with me, hey Corwin, you want to march north with me? Mikaze, that's good. That's what a ranger should do. Isn't a ranger more of an archer class, Mikaze? Have you completed your preparations? Once we start marching north, there'll be no coming back to the city. Yes, I'm ready to begin the march to Dragonspear. I need a few more things. I'm going to head out into the city. Or, I'm not sure. I need to think about it. Archer is actually a ranger kit. Okay. I need to think about it because I realize that I haven't actually talked to this guy, so... Alright, I'll be up a while yet. If you decide to go into the city, I'll join you. When you've done all you need to go upstairs to your quarters and get some rest. We'll leave when you awake. Hey, Duke.
Greetings. How are you holding up?
Corwin is an archer and Rex stuff. Yeah, well, I don't have Corwin with me. I declined to bring him along. So oh yes, greetings, Foxwine. How are you holding up? Well enough, sir, and you? I'm still not accustomed to people trying to kill me for no apparent reason, but it could be worse. I'll survive. My feelings are of no consequence. I suggest you concern yourself with matters that are. I am still not accustomed to people trying to kill me for no apparent reason.
A refreshing perspective. My friends on the council are inclined to view the tankard as half empty.
This game has a trans character in it? Is that in the main plot or in this spin-off? As I'm working on the Siege of Dragonspear right now, since it was included. I've actually already made my way through the main game. Let's see. You are all seasoned adventurers. It must be difficult, knowing of Kaelar's threat, yet unable to deal with it personally. Baldur's Gate overflows with newcomers. Assassins roam the ducal palace. Their pessimism is understandable. Or, weakness invites defeat. Kaelar acts without hesitation or doubt. We must do no less. It's in siege, but they aren't related to the plot. Okay. Well, I'll see if I meet up with them or not, and all that sort of jazz. You know what? I'm going to go with the first one. It must be difficult knowing of the threat, yet unable to march to deal with it personally.
You'd think that, wouldn't you? But no. No, that isn't the problem. Or my problem, at least.
The correct way to refer to trans people is by the pronoun that they chose for themselves. Or the one that they prefer to be addressed by. For generally speaking, for anyone that you do not know what their preferred pronoun is, using they or them is perfectly fine as far as English grammar is concerned. So I'd say go with them until you know what they prefer.
After Sarabak's defeat, I had hoped for peace. but it was not to be. I grow too old for this sort of thing. Once it would have excited me, now I am simply weary.
Well then, if what your memories are correct, Mikaze, I believe the correct pronouns would probably be she, her. But it's difficult for me to say without meeting up with the person. Okay, he's simply weary.
A Kalashite monk once told me, every night is dawn's herald. The trick is to hold on to the memory of light until the darkness breaks.
That's a nice turn of phrase. The trick is to hold on to the memory of light until the darkness breaks. I like that. That's a good one. I like it. They call Kalar the Shining Lady. She fancies herself the light that will break the darkness. I'm holding on, if only by my fingertips. Or darkness is a handy tool for those who know how to use it. I'm gonna go with the second one. I'm holding on to that memory of light.
As pleasant as it is to speak with you, I am required elsewhere right now.
You see them soon. They're in the camp once the main game starts. Oh no, I've only spent like 3 weeks in the intro then, if he's required elsewhere.
Oh, if you do venture into the city, be sure to take Captain Corwin with you. A talented officer, that one. She'll take care of you.
Well, that's great. Okay, is there anybody else around here that I should be talking to? You know what? Let's talk to Entar.
Yes, what does the hero of Baldur's Gate need of me?
What a terrible accent! Oh no! How are you, sir? How is Sky? I understand you suspect Kalar Argent is a child of Baal. I would know your thoughts on what's happening in the city. 100,000 gold and a teleportation spell to take me far away from Kalar's crusade. Failing that, you can tell me what you know of the crusade and its mistress. Nothing at all, Duke Entar. If that changes, I'll let you know. How are you, sir? How is Sky?
Better now that she is no longer under the sway of that noxious pig dog Eldoth. But only a little better. The girl is determined to vex me. She throws herself into the jaws of the world, not realizing the dangers awaiting there. I fear it will take extreme action on my part to prevent tragedy befalling her.
I think the true tragedy is the attempt at a French accent that's going on here. Oh God, it's painful.
So it seems to me, at least. I am sure she would tell a different tale were you to ask her.
Oh Lord, why? I may do that. For now, I'll ask what you know of the situation up north. She claimed Kalar was a child of Baal. Have you any proof of that? Or speak with that indolent rattlebrain? I think not. You know what? For now, I'll ask you what you know of the situation up north.
I have scattered reports, rumors, conjecture. It is said the crusade holds sway from the high moor to the winding water.
It hurts.
The high moor and misty forest are Kalar's, as are the Serpent Hills and most of Trollbark Forest. She has much of the Troll Hills too, but even she avoids Warlock's crypt, so far at least.
What is that voice? That's Entar Silvershield, apparently, with the worst attempt at a French accent that I have heard in a very long time. It's so painful.
After her attack on you, I think her bold but reckless. willing to attempt anything to further her agenda, whatever it is.
Why? Why was this choice made? I think it's supposed to be French. Yes, Jorg.
But for now, you must excuse me. The council must see to the city as you see to Kelar. Timora favor your travels.
Oh, I think my ears are bleeding. Okay, I think we've talked to everybody. Oh wait, we didn't talk to Janeth.
Hello, I am glad to see you well.
As well as an assassin's target can be, Grand Duke Janeth. And you, tell me, how fares Imoen? Or, I wish we had time to speak, but I must be elsewhere. No, I came over specifically to talk to her. I'm not going with that last one. How fares Imoen?
The intruder's weapons were poisoned, but Timora smiled upon us. The poison was weak and fatal only to the weakest of victims. Imoen's heart beats much stronger than that.
Darn right.
It's worrisome that the palace was so easily penetrated, and to learn that Kelar's reach extends this far beyond the winding water.
Well, you know, assassins will go anywhere, and you can hire assassins anywhere. So it's kind of a... It's not really a reach thing, it's more of a she has money to hire assassins thing. What do we know of her plans? I've thought more of Kelar than I care to of late. How goes Imoen's magical training? In attacking me, she has overextended herself. Or I must take my leave of you now. I've a long journey ahead. What do we know of her plans?
Precious little. She claims herself an instrument of the gods, which gods are a matter of some debate, on a divine mission. As to what that mission is, it is as countless as the mouths that praise her and those that curse her.
It seems to be a mission of conquest. It doesn't seem all that complicated, really.
I am glad we had a chance to speak before you depart. But now, I must go. There are many demands on my time. If I do not attend to them, their number will only grow. Farewell.
Thanks for your time. Alright. Let's save. Let's talk to Corwin again. Completed your preparations? Once we start marching north, there'll be no coming back to the city. I'm as prepared as I'm going to be. Let's start the march to Dragonspear.
All right. I'll see you on the morrow. Word is your friend Imoen's mostly recovered from the Crusader poison, if you want to speak with her. Just remember, once you go up to your room, I'll leave to begin preparing for the journey. You won't get another chance to head out into the city.
Oh no! That's okay. Back upstairs, apparently.
Yep.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
Why do you all try to go through the doorway at once? Why?
Yep.
Hey, look at her! She's upright!
This is the Slayer of Saravok, the hero of Baldur's Gate. How pleased I am to make your acquaintance.
I am concerned about being suddenly confronted by someone who has no name besides Hooded Man. as I'm sure I will be yours once you tell me how you got in here. The Slayer of who now? I think you've got the wrong idea about me, friend. You haven't made it yet. Perhaps I am who you say, perhaps not. Either way, what is it to you? I'm sure I'll be pleased to make your acquaintance once you tell me how you got in here.
If it is security you desire, it would be prudent to reconsider your sleeping arrangements. I suspect the palace's weaknesses have become all too apparent to you of late.
You know, far be it from me to stop taking warnings from hooded weirdos who confront me out of nowhere, but why should I listen to you?
Strange. There lies within you barely a spark of divine consciousness, yet you bested your brother in blood. How? What is it that drove you to victory where so many others fell in defeat?
Imoen critted a big one. The teachings of my foster father Gorion saw me through. Servok was weak, ill-prepared for a real challenge. Baal's blood runs strong within me. Servok was a fool. He underestimated its power and paid the price for it. I'm gonna go with the first one. When really, we all would have died if it hadn't been for Imoen critting twice in a row.
Gorion. His death was the first step of your current journey, was it not? I wonder what wisdom did he impart that left such an impression?
Well, being as he was the only father that I knew, anything you learn from a father. Really. He taught me to value knowledge. Though not the lesson he might have wished I learned, Gorion showed me that power is the key to success. He demonstrated kindness in every aspect of his life. He made certain I knew what I needed to know to survive. I don't really love any of these answers. I mean, 1 and 3 are the best out of the answers, I guess. But I would not call him a kind man, really. So let's go with he taught me to value knowledge.
Interesting. We will see if that is enough to bear you through the trials ahead.
Who the heck are you?
You do not see it yet, but another crossroads in your journey lies before you. One you will reach sooner than you think. The path you choose is of interest to me.
Oh, I'm sure. It's of interest to a lot of people.
Your path could lead in many directions. You waver, unsure whether to claim credit for your deeds or to brush them aside. I can offer you clarity.
I'm gonna be honest, if this were a tabletop game that I was playing, I would have demanded to know who he was and why he was talking to me at least 8 times by now. That's the problem with dialogue trees. They don't always offer you what you want.
But we can speak more of this in time when I am certain that you are the one I seek.
Oh, sure, yeah. Mysterious hooded dudes who just show up in my apartments without being invited or using the door are always people I want to listen to. Who are you? What do you want? The one you seek? Are you measuring my worth, then? Or, enough gibberish. If you do not speak plainly to me, perhaps you'll be more forthcoming with the flaming fist. Guards! I mean, I really want to ask the first one. Yeah, I'm going with the first one. Who the heck are you and what do you want?
Suffice it to say that I am a man who has lost much, but would regain some measure of what was taken from me. That is all you need know.
If you're pretending to be my father, I am going to put my blade through you.
I am not here to act, not yet. I am here to evaluate. Are you worthy? Is what you carry within enough? Are you strong enough to overcome the challenges you shall soon face?
I'm the main character, which is not something that I would be if this were my tabletop, if I were a player in the tabletop game, but it's a computer game, so I am the main character. It'll be victory or it won't be a game.
Only the passage of time will provide us answers. I'm curious to see how this plays out. I will be watching.
I have every intention of striking down any of my other half-siblings who attempt to claim my father's power, and to be way too good for my father to ever like me. Ha! I don't like him.
Oh, you're back. Sorry if I don't seem excited to see you. Poison really takes a toll.
I would understand if she's very tired. Imoen, it's good to see you up and about. How are you doing? What was that man in the hood doing here? Or, you look well, Imoen. Are you ready to pay Kalar back? How are you doing?
Oh, I've been in worse shape. You know the kind of scrapes I get into? But never mind that for the moment. We need to talk about you going to Dragonspear Castle. Don't do it. Don't go.
What?
I'm healing, but you need to heal too. Not just from fighting Sarevok. Those are just cuts and scars. But in coming to terms with, you know, what you are. Let someone else take care of the Shining Lady. Please.
And who else is there, Imoen? That would be the problem. We have somewhat of a dearth of people who aren't following me. Would that I could, but Kalar has forced my hand. The city needs me. What would you have me do? Or Kalar and her crusade must never be allowed to attack us again. I mean, I personally, I'm all about, you know, they tried to kill me. Therefore, I'm going to attempt to return the favor. Hopefully more successfully. However, the character... Yeah, the character, I think the city needs me. What would you have me do?
I'd have you tell the city to take a long walk off a short pier. That's what I'd have you do. But you won't, will you? I know that look in your eyes. I'm wasting my breath.
That is true.
Promise me you'll be careful, all right? I don't know what I'd do if... We've just lost too many people, you know?
Oh. Okay, I'm just gonna take that as romance. Imoen and I started up a romance after we defeated Sarevok.
I'm gonna leave now. Take care of yourself.
She's not gonna come with, though. Then we have a very uneasy nap, all of us, in the one bed. Heavy breathing? Did Imoen come back?
Hey, 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 hey!
Navi?
Are you awake?
You know, I almost prefer Navi. I am now, Sky. What are you doing here? Never mind. Go do it elsewhere. Now! I'm awake now, Sky.
You can't tell Daddy.
Duke Silvershield about this.
Oh, I'm listening, all right. I'm listening real good. About what? I don't even know what this is. Let's see. About what? I don't even know what this is. Why are you here? Let's go with about what.
I've joined the Flaming Fist.
Oh, that's great. Your father allowed that? You say that like it's an accomplishment. No, you haven't. Or get out. Although I think it's less of a get out than a get out. Your father allowed that?
Oh, no. No. Daddy would never permit it. I joined under a false name.
Oh yeah, this is absolutely going to go well. I see nothing but going well for this plan. This plan is flawless.
Life as a noble is boring and stupid. I want to do something great with my life. And also get out of this dirty old city. And maybe meet some handsome soldiers. So, I'm going north with you.
Oh dear God. This is wonderful news. Well, that's something. Or get out of here, now. That's something?
I know! Alright, go back to sleep. I'll see you in... Oh, I guess you don't really have time to sleep now. I'll see you soon.
Girl, you were raised as a noble. Did nobody manage to instill any manners in you?
Remember, whatever you do, don't tell Daddy about this.
If I go and tell her Daddy immediately, will I not have to suffer her for the rest of the game?
Here is the hero, raring and ready to go. The early bird catches the evil worm. Isn't that right, Boo?
Oh, sounds like some miniature giant space hamster rode on the wrong side of the ranger.
And if there's one thing I'm loath to do in a bed, it's get out of it. The sooner we reach Dragonspear Castle, the sooner we shall learn whether thy father spawned Kalar as well as the Enceravok.
These are all very good
Oh,
points.
you bet.
Hi, guys.
Hey,
Less of a cutscene and more of a it's morning and my party slept elsewhere. I think. Hard to say.
Not a problem.
Okay, let's...
right.
That's a servant. More servants. Okay.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
Okay.
Yep.
He's right here, and except for having to suffer through that accent again. That's a tough choice, actually.
Ah, the hero arrives.
Ugh.
I hope you slept well. You've a long road ahead.
I'm not going to be given the chance to tell him, am I?
Our prayers and hopes go with you. With your help, I'm sure we'll be able to stop the crusade before it grows any stronger.
these are three voice actors who are at extreme ends of the various spectrums. Belts is phoning it in. Janice is doing her very best. And, well, Entars is, Entar thinks a foreign accent is what makes the NPC. Even the French will find that accent foreign.
The Flaming Fist travels with you under the command of Captain Corwin and Corporal Duncan. I'm sorry that Duke Elton could not be present, but the ongoing crisis has called his attention elsewhere. Is there anything else you need before you depart?
Earplugs? Yes, York. Yeah. Yeah. What route will we take to Dragonspear Castle? Can you go over the mission again? Or, nothing, Duke Silvershield, whatever you do, say not another word. Why does he have this accent, but Sky is just a regular North American accent? Alright, what route will we take? You'll have to travel by major roads. The contingent is too large to move swiftly over land. You'll cross the winding water at Coastway Crossing. Then it's a straight march to Dragonspear.
Is there anything else?
Stop talking! What route will we take? Can you go over the mission again? Nothing, Duke Silvershield. Nothing. Please say nothing.
May the gods look upon you with favor.
May Timora smile on you, Foxwine. If anything can end this threat to the city, it is you.
You'd better get moving, unless there was something else.
Why? I could absolutely rat her out. I could absolutely rat her out right here. I have the worst feeling about what she's going to get into if I don't. I'm going to have to suffer through more of this accent, aren't I? Oh, lordy. We have the options of Duke Silvershield. I had one more thing to speak to you about privately, a family matter, or I'll be on my way. Alright, I have a private family matter to speak to you.
Let me guess. Skis joins the Flaming Fist and plans to journey north with you.
I refuse to pronounce it that way. Her name is Sky. We're all going to agree her name is Sky, right? You know? Complaining of sore feet, mussed hair, and broken nails the entire way, no doubt. Not if I have anything to say about it. Or if you already know, then there's nothing more to say. Sky. You know?
My dear Ski has many talents. Subtlety is not among them. First, I am aware of her grand plan. Bench Duncan, the man who arranged her entry into the Fist, is a friend.
Oh, a friend, is he? Why would you let your daughter undertake such a perilous journey? You want to be rid of your daughter that badly? Or if you are aware of her intentions, there is nothing more to say. I suspect that he's done this because he knew she was going to do it anyway, and so he decided that it would be better if she did it with, you know, the right kind of eyes on her, rather than her disappearing somewhere and getting herself in some very bad trouble. But I'm going to ask, why would you let your daughter undertake such a perilous journey?
I am not well pleased by the situation, I assure you. But Ski is a willful girl. Were I to prevent her joining the Fist, she would find another way to challenge me. Perhaps putting herself in even greater danger. As it stands, I can arrange for her protection while not appearing to protect her.
The way he just wobbles in and out of that accent through that entire speech is just... But yes, it is much as I surmised.
Though I like it not, it is my hope this will prove a learning experience for her. That service to the Flaming Fist will strengthen her body, mind, and character. Perhaps you will make a better role model than I.
Choices were made here. Maybe. If you've no problem with her coming, I guess I can't object. Earlier, Sky said you think Kalar may be a child of Baal like myself. Your optimism in this matter baffles me. Or then there is nothing more to say. You know what? Let's chase this down. She said you thought that Kalar might be a child of Baal like me.
After Saravok, we'd be fools not to consider the possibility. But all we have is rumor and conjecture. If you two share blood, well, that is all the more reason for you to seek her out, no?
Can I just, behead him with the flaming sword and make this stop?
I appreciate your coming to me with your concerns about Ski. Please, accept this ring as a token of my gratitude.
What?
When her brother died, Ski changed. She grew wilder, pushed me away. I am hopeful this experience will help change her priorities.
I wish I could.
One other thing. Few of those traveling with you will know Ski's true identity. She is to receive no special treatment from the Flaming Fist.
'Cause otherwise she'll know something's up.
You, however, know exactly who she is. I expect my daughter return to me alive and unharmed. I am understood. I trust. Good.
I just can't take that threat seriously when you say it like that.
Speak with Captain Corwin by the main doors, and be on your guard. The trip north will likely hold dangers besides the crusade.
You know, the thing that makes me the most gives me the most happiness right at this moment is the fact that Entar here will not be coming north with us. He's staying in Baldur's Gate. I will not have to hear him again for a very long time. Maybe not ever again. He speaks like he's doing sit-ups while recording his lines. Oh God, you're right. Oh. Oh, lordy, lordy. Wait a minute, am I supposed to speak to Captain Corwin in here, or am I supposed to go to the camp and speak to Captain Corwin? Because I don't actually see Captain Corwin in here. Corwin! Here, Corwin! Corwin! No? Okay. Alright, I'm going to save because otherwise I'm going to have to go through all of that dialogue again and...
Look at all the people come to wish us good fortune in our travels, Boo.
Man, I like Minsk. This music has gotten really, really loud. Okay, alright. It's loud. There are a lot of named people here. I don't actually see Sky, though. Let's move a little bit past Corwin.
So this is the great Feldurkin hero of Baldur's Gate, eh? Doesn't look like much to me.
Oh goody! Another really bad accent. Doesn't your fireball finger itch when you see all those people? No, I've never really been much for playing wizards or sorcerers, to be honest. So I don't really have a fireball finger. I'm gonna have to admit. Well, I definitely don't see Sky in this motley group. So, That's a lot of crowd noise going on. I hope I am audible over everything that's happening here. Alright, let's talk to Corwin, because I don't feel like talking to these random people. It's not as loud for me as I suspect it is for you. I do have the volumes specially adjusted for the stream. I do hear things louder than the rest of you do. I'm going to miss you so much, Roma. Mama, who's that? Is that the hero? Captain Corwin, who is this delightful child? You have children, Captain? The time for farewells is over. We must be on our way. If you've quite finished with this nauseating display... Who is this delightful child? I'm not a child. I'm 5 years old. I stand corrected. Treasure your years, whatever their number, child, for they will pass quickly. That's just mean. Why are some of these lines so mean? I stand corrected, child.
This is my daughter, Roma.
Roma, this is Foxwine. I know you. You killed Saravok. Are you going to kill Kalar, too? I think your mother should probably answer that. I'm hoping it won't come to that. Only if the opportunity presents itself. I'd tell you if I knew, Roma. Corwin, I hate to take you away, but we should really get moving. Okay, I cannot even hear myself at this moment. Okay, I'm taking one headphone off entirely now. Alright, now I can actually hear me. I think your mother should answer that.
Let Minsk take care of this, little girl. In this world, there are many bats. Some are good bats, and those we shall leave unkicked. Some bats, however.
Get the feeling that this expansion is trying a bit too hard. Maybe a little. But still, you know, Minsk being Minsk to a child, this feels right to me. Admittedly, saying such things to a 5-year-old is probably going to warp their perception of the world, but it's a very Minsk thing. And as Minsk as he is, his heart is in the right place. I mean, with the music selection and volume, super epic and loud when all you're doing is leaving the city. Yeah, I'm trying to leave.
Lessons such as this are best left to the child's mother, Minsk.
Dynamic hair, you bite your tongue.
They'll do what they have to.
Minsk's answer was so much better than Corwin's. Come on. Just like you?
Exactly like that.
Have no fear, Roma. I'll make sure nothing happens to your mother. Your mother's a tough lady. You're lucky to have her. Or, I'm going to go anywhere else while you finish up with her. That's the vigorously child-free answer, that last one. I'm not sure if I should promise that nothing will happen to her mother, because I've seen narrative convention when you do those sort of things. Bad things happen to people that you promise won't die. You're lucky to have such a tough mama. Sometimes, when she's here.
I have to work, Roma. You and Grandpa need to eat.
Yes, eating is definitely necessary for both children and grandparents. I know. I just miss you when you go is all. Aww.
I know. I miss you too. Now give me a hug and go to your grandfather.
Every time. We'll talk about your mother when I return from the head-chopping capital of King's Landing, Game of Thrones. Yeah.
Are you ready to leave the city?
I'm ready, or I need to finish up a few things first. No, it's time to go. I've spent entirely too much time prepping. I'm ready. Let's go. I got an achievement. It's called A Long Journey. I get an achievement for finally managing to leave the city. That's what I got. I mean, I avoided going to Baldur's Gate for so long, and then I get there, and I can't leave. Oh, hello, nobleman who is going to get cut down in the street. What are you doing? Cheering? Cheering for a sibling of Sarevok? That's what they are. They found Sarevok's journal. It reveals the truth, but the Council of Four wants to keep it a secret. Obviously, it's not a very good secret if, a random noble knows it. Is that true, Foxwine? Are you a child of Baal? You question the hero of Baldur's Gate? I can handle this, Captain Corwin. Ignore them, Corwin. Or they do, and I shall answer them. I cannot leave this city. Even when I'm trying to leave, it stops me from leaving. This is exactly why I avoided coming here for so long. I can handle this? That's a bad idea. Hear me, people of Baldur's Gate. I know you suffered at Sarevok's hands. I know you fear what the future holds with the heretic Kalar driving good people from their homes across all the Sword Coast. I hear your cries for justice, and I swear to you I shall end this threat to us all. You're probably right. Is the Beamdog version of the game not really part of... and this... Okay. Hear me, people of Baldur's Gate. I am a Baal spawn like my half-brother Sarevok before me, and I am your only shield against what comes to your only sword. Only one with the divine coursing through their veins could hope to thwart the child of a god, and only one can end the threat of Kalar Argent. Now stand aside, lest you feel my wrath. Alright, we're gonna make the paladin speech. We're gonna make the paladin's speech, and we're going to hope that we roll really high on charisma. Well done. Let's be on our way before some other wind turns the crowd against us. Could we leave now, please?
Captain Shale Corwin and her aide, Corporal Bence Duncan, maintain order in the caravan from Baldur's Gate. Some who joined the expedition are unaccustomed to flaming fist discipline. Hard lessons are learned in the early
They're talking
days
about
of the
Sky.
march north. The journey is slowed by the Crusade's victims. A multitude of broken, haunted men and women clog the coast way. When asked, they speak of fields set aflame, granaries ransacked, and family conscripted by the Crusade. Yet many characterize these hardships as necessary sacrifices in pursuit of a greater good. A strange acceptance, even admiration of Kalar Argent is disconcertingly common in those she has wronged. Some proclaim the Shining Lady a prophet, doing the work of not one but all faiths, all gods.
Is it possible Kalar Argent's cause is a righteous one? Or is she engaged in a great deception to further her own agenda, as Saravak once did?
I mean, if she really is a descendant of Baal, it's probably that deception to further her agenda thing. I mean, she claims to be a paladin, but who exactly is she a paladin of?
And what of your goals?
Many souls were lost during the Dragonspear Wars. I will see justice done and restore them to the light.
Yes, quite honorable. But what makes you think yourself capable of achieving this, Kalar Argent?
You dare befoul my person with your magics?
Blood is something to behold, not fear. Your divine heritage radiates from you. From which of your parents, mother or father?
Enough of these games and enough of your questions. Heffernan, get this mage out of my sight.
At once, my lady.
Well, it does appear that the hooded guy is rude to everyone.
Scarred one.
Perhaps.
This group shows promise. Extraordinary.
Okay, so... Whee! We're in a tiny corner. Alright, so who do we have around here? Hulad? Viconia, Fog, Pastricus, Corwin, Thaird, Rafus, Glint, Beligarm, Ms. Hana. I still don't see Sky. Should I be worried? Alright, well, let's wander around and, talk to people.
Right. What? What? Oh, hello. Excuse me, I've got to go.
I make him nervous. Frick Sky, then. I don't believe we've met. I am Foxwine. Go where exactly? Who are you? What's your name, gnome? Or go then, I've better things to do than talk to you. I don't believe we've met. I'm Foxwine.
Yes, you are, aren't you? That's fantastic. Well, if you'll excuse me.
I think I make him nervous. I don't believe I caught your name. I can see you've got a lot on the go right now. I'll leave you to it. I'll be happy to once you've told me your name. Or begone, gnome! I'll be happy to once you've told me your name.
My name? Oh, right, my name. I'm Glint. Glint, Three Eyes Gardner Simpson. Pleased to meet you.
Gardner Simpson. And you. How did you come to be part of this motley troop, Glint? Three Eyes? What exactly do you do, Glint? Of the gnomes I know, there are few who'd willingly join a military expedition. Or that will be a short-lived pleasure. Farewell. How did you come to be part of this motley troop?
I am a cleric of Baravar Cloakshadow. May I have a minute to talk to you about the Lords of the Golden Hills?
Seems to have gotten over his nervousness all of a sudden. Also, I think he has a pamphlet. A minute hardly seems sufficient. Join me. You can tell me all about yourself and your gods. You may have a minute, but not this one. I now know what you are, but I don't know what you do. Specifically, I don't know what you're doing here. Or, gods, no! Uh... Hmm... Now here's the question. Do I invite the cleric to join my party? Or do I continue asking him what he's doing here? You know what? What do you do?
Oh, all right. You've caught me. I'm not supposed to be here. Not officially, at least. My mom definitely thinks I should be here, and it's usually easier to go along with her than argue.
His mother insisted. Your mother sent you? You'd rather battle armed religious zealots than argue with your mother. Or you do whatever your mother asks. Pathetic. He seems sketchy. You'd rather battle armed religious zealots than argue with your mother?
You haven't met my mother.
I almost want to meet his mother now.
Family's very important to the Gardener Sunsons. I have a number of relatives twixt Baldur's Gate and Waterdeep. Mom wanted me to check on them and make sure they're all right.
Huh. A worthy goal, one I would help you achieve if you'll allow it. Join me, together we will find your family. A reasonable thing to do, considering the circumstances. Go to the camp commander and explain your presence here. You'll be put to work, but at least you'll not be at risk of being mistaken for a crusader. Or, I'll leave you to your business, but don't expect me to come to your aid if someone mistakes you for a crusader. I have a feeling that I can fill out my party with people from this camp, but I don't know... Yeah, I don't think he intends to fight, no. I don't think any gnome really intends to fight. Lore-wise, anyway. A reasonable thing to do, considering the circumstances.
That may be the first time in history someone's considered anything my mother wanted reasonable.
Join me, I'll help you find your relatives. Go to the camp commander and introduce yourself, explain why you're here. The last thing you need is someone mistaking you for a crusader and cutting you down. Or, we're done here, be on your way. You know what? Go to the camp commander and introduce yourself. It's better than being mistaken for a crusader.
Yeah, that could get ugly. Thank you. I'll report in immediately.
It has been too long since Minsk journeyed with such a fine companion.
Aw, thank you, Minsk. Even though I know you were talking to Boo.
Ho there. You are the hero of Baldur's Gate, am I right?
I am. That is what they call me, though I'm not comfortable with that title. No hero, me. Just a woman doing the best she can, nothing more. Ooh, that's a tricky one. That is what they call me. The expectations of others need not be a burden. My own destiny, to become a paladin of Tyr, as had all the men in my family, was mapped out from birth. As a boy, I fought against it. I did not embrace a life lived in service to others.
It was fear that compelled me. The fear of not rising to the call. And so I took the mantle and faced my fear. And when I did, I embraced it and discovered purpose, courage, and life.
Ah, zealots. He doesn't have a portrait, he won't be a companion. Yeah, that seems likely.
I am Rafus Goodtree. It is an honor to meet you. And it will be a greater honor still to fight the Shining Lady at your side.
Will you join my party then? I could use a sword such as yours. If you think that'd be a great honor, imagine how much better it'd be if you fought her while standing between us. Or true. Huh. Well, the one in the middle is just an asshole thing to say. Well, let's try asking him. I could use a paladin. Alas, I have agreed to serve at the pleasure of Corporal Duncan. Oh, Duncan! However, I should be happy to look after any of your companions with goodly hearts. Should you dismiss them from your service and later require them, you will find them near me. Best of luck, hero. I met a paladin in the service to the Flaming Fist. Well, no, he is not a companion. He's just where I can find companions. Why am I the only one who's selected? Well, it doesn't matter, really. Although, one moment. All these things I got handed. Brevon's quarterstaff +1. The soldier Brevon brought this quarterstaff from home when he first left to make his fortune. Once he earned enough money to purchase a better weapon, the quarterstaff wound up in a weapon supply in Candlekeep. At some point, it was retrieved and enchanted, switching owners several times along the way. Huh. Lore +10. Charge abilities fiends, friends once per day. Huh. Not half bad. And a ring that needs to be identified, of course. Will weapon will help you auto... Ah, yeah. The main trick is like, who do I have who has any lore skill whatsoever? Let's see. Now, lore 3 on my not quite me. Lore 0 on Minsk. 25 on Savannah. And 47 on Dynahair. Well, I know who wins. Dynamic hair, you get a stick.
Yes.
Well, hold on. Let me just get this sucker there. And she happens to have a blue on her, so... Amulet of Protection +1. This amulet improves the wearer's armor class and saving throws versus all forms of attack. The magical properties of the amulet prevent it from being worn with other magical items of protection, including enchanted armor. Huh, okay. Who else had blue things? There's the ring. That. That. And these.
Oof, I dropped something. Could you pick it up for me?
Okay. Can't identify the splint mail just by looking at it. Or those arrows. Or that ring. Oh no, wait, wrong person.
By demand?
Oh man. How did that happen? Didn't I have dynamic hair selected? Really? Oh my god. I've been dropping them on the ground all game. Oh man, I could have been doing that all game. Okay. Arrow +2. A longbow +1. pretty basic otherwise, but... Arrow of detonation. I can't believe I could have been doing this the entire time. Didn't identify this ring, interestingly. Arrow of biting. And splint mail +1. That's sailbait. Here, Minsk, you carry that. Okay. Let's put her back on her sling so she doesn't try to stride into combat.
What's the story? Fine and dandy.
I am Mizena, faithful of Tempest. Praise be to the Lord of Battles.
What is a cleric of Tempest doing here? Praise him indeed. Why praise a god of pointless slaughter, or well met? What is a cleric of Tempest doing here? Stealing soldiers for the coming battle, savoring the anticipation of certain glory, waiting for the call of my lord. You have the look of one who has known many battles, yet you are clearly no soldier. What would you have of me? Tell me more about the Lord of Battles. What services do you offer? Or, nothing actually, I'll be on my way. What service do you offer? Quartermaster Belgarm handles supplies. I may be able to help you with cleric services, though. The Lord of Battle's favor is a handy thing to have, especially in times like these. Ah! Clericking. Okay, you can donate or you can get healing. Handy. I don't have enough money that I can afford to donate much, but let's get a little favor. While your donation to the temple was considerable, it was not enough to gain a reputation point. Okay, fine. Who else have we got here?
This and that to be done, no time to stay and chatter.
You have to donate like a few thousand? Oh, I can't afford to do that right now. I'm poor. Well met, my friend, and how does this evening find you? Well, thanks. Uneasy. Or, my thoughts are my own. Leave me to them. Well? I'm glad to hear it. There are many depending on you to resolve the Kalar situation as you did with Saravok. In exactly the same way as I solved the Saravok situation? I'll do what I can, but I'm just one woman. They best prepare for disappointment, then. Or you make it sound as though I care what others need. I'll do what I can. You are far more than that, as you well know. Some elevate me, but it's their doing, not mine. I do not seek the praise of others. What's that supposed to mean? Do you wear a hood and frequent the palace chambers in the late hours? These questions remind me of another. Some elevate me, but I don't seek their praise. I absorb it like a sponge, but... You had best become comfortable with it. You are more than simply an adventurer now. You have become a symbol. People cheer your name and look to you for hope. 'Tis a great responsibility, a greater burden than I'd ever want to bear. Gee, thanks! Just keep piling that on, why don't you? Be vigilant. I wouldn't want anything to happen to the hero of Baldur's Gate. Fog?
What are you looking at?
I wasn't looking at any particular thing, just looking around in general. Forgive me, friend. I was just wondering how it is you come to serve the Flaming Fist. I could use a man of your temperament, someone sly and strong and able to do the dark things that must sometimes be done. Join me. Or I was just looking at you. What, is that a problem? You know what? Forgive me, friend. I was just wondering how it is you come to serve the Flaming Fist. Your good luck, that's how. I heard the Argent Wentz was offering good gold for mercenaries and was in the gate making me way north when I had a little trouble with a halfling who'd fled the High Moor. Next thing I know, I'm out 4 teeth and picking myself off the floor of a cell in the Fist's headquarters. I'd still be there too if the city wasn't in need of every hero it could get its hands on. He got beaten up by a halfling. So, but for a run-in with the Fists, you'd be serving Kalar? I hear that, so do you fancy our chances against Kalar? Or Baldur's Gate needs heroes, but it's settled for you. So, but for a run-in with the Fists, you'd be serving Kalar? I'll fight for whoever wants to pay me the most, and the Shining Lady is paying plenty, so they say. And if I'm being honest, she's making all the right moves. If she's got what they say she's got, she can control the High Moor to the coast, from the Delambir to the Winding Water. You believe she can maintain her dominance, even with Baldur's Gate, Waterdeep, and Daggerford aligned against her? You don't feel confident we can defeat the Crusade, then? Or she doesn't have the hero of Baldur's Gate fighting under her banner. She will fall, as Saravok fell, as all who oppose me will ultimately fall. And I'm suddenly, like, there's a song from Les Mis that is in my head right now, and I'm not going to attempt to sing it because it was written for a man, and it's nowhere near my register, nor have I warmed up enough for it, but... but if you fall as Lucifer fell. Anyway. You believe she can maintain her dominance even with Waterdeep, Baldur's Gate, and Daggerford aligned against her? As our friends at Dragonspear can tell you, it's easier to hold something than to take it. If she didn't do something stupid, didn't try to grab more than she could hold, aye, she could have kept what she got. Could have? Well, thank you for that rather dire assessment of our odds. Or you speak with the confidence reserved for the wholly ignorant. Oh man, okay, could have? I coulda, if the Grand Dukes hadn't made me an offer I couldn't pass up, at least not without losing more teeth and probably me life in the end. High opinion of himself. Now the Shining Lady's got to deal with Hammerlust, and that means she's gonna get pounded. I admire your confidence. Hammerlust? Pounded? Is that supposed to be a joke? I've heard enough of your drivel. Farewell! I'm not going to follow up with the possible dirty joke happening there. I admire your confidence. There's a lot of stuff about me to admire, but do it from a distance. Your voice bugs me. Now get out of here. Charmed. Viconia?
Is there something you want?
Pretty. What is your name, Drow? A cleric, could you help me out? Or nothing from you? Oh, she's the evil cleric, isn't she? What is your name, Drow? I am Viconia of the House de Vere, servant to the Night Singer Shar. How is it a drow, a worshipper of the goddess of darkness, alas, joins an expedition of the Flaming Fist? Is the council so desperate that they now turn to such fiends as this? Or it is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Perhaps we will speak again. No, how did you come to join the Flaming Fist? You would know what it is that brought me here? The same that brings me most places of late, self-preservation. The Flaming Fist has offered generous terms to those who would fight the Shining Lady, even criminals like the Duragar there. My kind is not well regarded by the surface dwellers. If I am to continue to live in Baldur's Gate, having the Fist indebted to me is no small thing. And you? Why have you embarked on this venture? That is a long, long story. Join me and I will tell it to you. Revenge, want to help me get it? Or an epic tale that, but is not one that I care to share with the likes of you. I don't actually want her. If only because she'll piss off Minsk, and I really want to keep Minsk. So I'm going to have to be rude to the Drow. I'm going to have to be racist to the Drow, and I am very sorry about being racist to the Drow. Then I see little point wasting more time with you. Begone. I'm sorry I had to be racist to you.
Likes the forest, and I do too. There is much to nibble here.
You know, I'm gonna have to agree. Sheesh, York. Alright, there.
I need a swig of some strong dwarven ale.
Oh, long rest station. Looking for a place to rest, hero? I can find you room in one of these tents. Yes, I'd like to rest. What do you do here? Or not right now? The Drow are just misunderstood. Well, it depends on what... It really depends on when you are looking at the lore, to be perfectly honest. I believe at the point in time that the original Baldur's Gate came out, the Drow were just evil. But by the years later, when this expansion was written, I think the Drow might have gotten a little better. Just because they occasionally wander the surface and genocide random halfling villages doesn't make them evil. I mean, genocide is kind of evil, Jorg. It's kind of, you know, the hand-in-hand thing. There's not really many ways that you can make genocide not evil. Alright, Thayard, what do you do here? I assist the quartermaster in properly distributing camp supplies. I'm in charge of tents, sleeping rolls, blankets, and the like. Can I find you a place to sleep? The popularity of Drizzt certainly made them seem a little less evil by today because writers adjusted. Well, yeah, that's part of it. And also, there has in the past, recent past, been a movement to sort of gray things in the Dungeons and Dragons world. That, you know, have it that, you know, no particular race, species, whatever you want to call them, is only evil. But having it be that, like, maybe this particular race has more evil people than good people, but there are still good people in there, or the other way around, or anything like that. So you don't have purely good and purely bad races anymore. You have evil empires, you have bad people, but you don't have an entire race who are just irredeemably evil just for the sake of being evil. So it's sort of a smudging. There's the line between black and white has been smeared. Okay, I assist the quartermaster in properly distributing the camp supplies. I'm in charge of tents, sleeping rolls, blankets, and the like. Can I find you a place to sleep? Not right now, but thank you for offering. Let me know if you want to rest later on. Alright, who else is there to talk to who isn't Corwin? Huh. I think I've talked to everybody who isn't Corwin. Alright, let's talk to Corwin.
Camp set. Watches too. We've been marching hard. Covered a lot of ground, but we've still a ways to go. Everyone could use a rest, yourself included. Tonight might be the last full night's sleep we get. We'll be in Crusader territory after we cross the bridge.
Rest if you want. I'm heading up the road away. I don't want any surprises before we cross the winding water. A full night's sleep, that's a poor reward for a long day's journey. Or, the Flaming Fist can handle more than this. We should keep moving until we reach Dragonspear Castle. What does that second response even mean? I'm not even sure, to be honest. I mean, maybe it's trying to imply that they expected some carousing, maybe? Some party? Some individuals of looser virtue? Two days sleep? I don't know. I'm heading up the road away. I don't want any surprises before we cross the winding water. Mind if I join you? I do better in the city than the woods, but perhaps I can help and maybe learn a thing or two. Bence can take care of the camp. Yes, join me. I could use someone of your skill at my side. Or I suppose I could accommodate you. I expect you to hold your own, mind. Is that a request or an order? Or I need to move swiftly and quietly. You are neither. You know what? Happy to have you. Join me. I could use someone of your skill at my side. All right then. Captain Corwin has joined my party and is in exactly the wrong place. Oh my goodness. If you would move up. You know what? Trade spots with me,
I'm
Corwin.
used to being in charge. I'll lead us to victory.
No, actually, that seems like a bad plan.
Oh, this is such an honor. I don't know what to say. Wait, yeah, I do. Follow me.
Okay. Now that I've moved everybody around, let's take a moment and first let's peruse Corwin's gear. Interesting. +1 bow. Enchanted bow enhances the wielder's dexterity. Oh, I don't want them in the front at all. Okay, yeah, she's definitely better suited for archery. So let's... Yeah, that's better. Also, Safana, dear. You can't use the longbow +1. Why would you be able to use the longbow +1? But you know, you have a lot of fancy arrows. More than you'd ever be able to use. If you would pass some over to Captain Corwin, that would be lovely. What did I do with those dispelling arrows? Huh. Yeah, if you could switch those fire arrows for the ice arrows and give Safana the fire arrows, that would be great. I wish I could give you a few more HP potions, but... Okay. And... is there any, like, half-decent equipment I can pass over to her? What does this do? Wisdom, bless. Armor class and safety throws. What did this one do again? Oh, that's another one. Okay, I have 2 of those? Alright, let's give one to Captain Corwin then. Have a necklace. It'll look pretty. Oh? Cannot be equipped due to other magical equipment. What other? Oh, I see. Ooh, +2 chain armor. Ha 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 ha. Nice. Okay, her inventory looks so empty compared to the others. Oh well.
Your orders?
Corwin's? Let's see. Suit of light chain armor was commissioned for Captain Shale Corwin by her father, a gift for her when she first joined the Flaming Fist. It is being crafted to fit her form and no one else's. The unusual lightness and enchantments of the armor keep the suit from interfering with her abilities despite its metal composition. Movement speed +1, magic resistance +10%, armor class 3, 1 versus slashing, 5 versus crushing. Requires 5 strength, usable only by Corwin. Okay, and speaking of Corwin, she needs some leveling. And I don't get to assign anything? Where are her points? 1 in halberd, 4 in longbow, 1 in two-handed weapon style, 2 in two-weapon style. Huh. Okay. She's lawful good. That's some nasty scarring, though. Okay. I can make use of this. You know, I think maybe I should grab that cleric. Ranger with the archer subclass, that's a good one. Maybe I should grab that cleric. Fill out the party. Although, aha! Look at that, she's got slots. Ms. Hana down to the left is a companion too. Didn't I speak to Ms.? Wasn't she just a mini temple? You know what? Cure light wounds. But yeah, like she wasn't ready to join me. She was being a temple.
Tell me. Yep.
Yes, that should do it. What? Oh! I didn't see you there. Well, I did. Obviously I did. I'm talking to you. I must have. But it took me a while. Sorry. What were we talking about?
We were discussing you accompanying me on my ventures. I'd asked you to join me, and you were about to answer by saying, "In truth, I'm not sure. You were doing most of the talking. I did want to ask if you'd be interested in joining my party, though. I really can't remember, or nothing, nor will we start now. let's go with number 2. I did want to ask if you'd be interested in joining my party. I could do that. I will do that. I have done that. It's done. Good? Good. Good. I don't want you all the way in the back. You know, switch with dynamic hair. There we go. He brought gold with him. I like him. Alright. Let's have a look at him. He's a cleric thief? Oh, that's a new one. Oh, she's strictly a camp companion. This is new to me. Alright, let's see. What do we got here? Leather armor +2. Excellent. A buckler. Belt of the Cunning Rogue. This wide leather belt has been dyed a deep magenta. The belt was created over a decade ago by a human thief who saw his larcenous activities as means of worshipping Mask. All his burglaries were undertaken with prayers to Mask, and he hoarded his stolen goods at a hidden altar to the god of thieves. He favored purple clothing, believing it was the color of the god preferred, and he crafted this belt to match his ensemble. The thief was eventually caught and killed on one of his missions, and the belt confiscated by the city guard. The next night, the belt vanished from a locked chest in the guardhouse, though, whisked away by Mask so it could continue to serve the god's ends. Even today, the belt often finds its way into the path of those who will put it to good use. The pouches attached to the belt contain a number of small tools, wires, picks, and blades that can be used to pick locks and disable traps. Gives him bonuses to opening locks and finding traps. Interesting. But he's a cleric. Okay, he's got a sling +1 and a morning star +1. Cool. And no other equipment. Oh boy. Definitely gonna have to do something about that at some point, but I don't... Yeah, I'm going to be doing that after I level him up. Actually, I should recheck Corwin's as well now that I've gotten her leveled up. So, let's leave the inventory. I'm going to quickly hop over to Corwin and going to check... Nope, she didn't get a new slot. Okay.
Yes, yes?
We will level him up. Okay, he's got proficiency in Flail Morningstar, Sling, Sword and Shield style, and that's it. They're some kind of trickery cleric. You may have invisibility. Maybe. Also, good evening, Green. Welcome. It's good to see you. Okay, so... he has a large number of points pumped into opening locks and finding traps. Not so good at detecting illusion. I think I pumped enough points into Safana that I can rely on her for that as long as she's actually got it running. Let's give him some extra moves silently since he doesn't have the gear that gives him the bonuses on that. And his open locks is lower than Safana's right now. Like, if I bump him up to 100... with his belt, he should be able to open anything. Don't level open locks? His belt gives him 105. I see. I don't need him to pick pockets, though. No, there's 3 clerics wandering around this camp green, and only 2 of them are available as companions. The third one was the one that Jorg was referring to. Sure, and let's give him a bit more detect illusion. I'm still going to be mostly relying on Safena for that one. But yeah, there's this guy who is a thief cleric. There's, darn it, I keep wanting to call her Veruca. The drow, who is an evil cleric, and because I'm running with a good party, and then there's Ms. Hena, who Jorg is referring... Viconia, yes. Viconia is a evil drow cleric, and since I'm running with a mostly good party, there's no way I can work with her. And Ms. Hena is... she's a camp cleric. She's basically a person who acts like a temple. Arg. I mean, I'm gonna put points in open locks and find traps anyway, because those are the useful things to me. So... yeah, I'll just put the rest into moves silently, I guess. Alright. Okay, we've had a bit of fun there. Let's see what he's got. Currently, Bless, Cure Light Wounds, whoops! Protection from Evil, Remove Fear, and Sanctuary. Also, Chant? What the heck is Chant? By means of the Chant spell, the priest brings special favor upon herself and her party and causes harm to her enemies. When the Chant spell is completed, all the priest's allies within the area of effect gain a +1 bonus to attack rolls, minimum damage healing rolls, and saving throws. Furthermore, damage dice for all effects outside a weapon's base damage is reduced by 1. For example, a 66 fireball will do 65 damage, and an arrow of fire that deals 1d6 plus 2 piercing plus 1d6 fire damage will deal 1d6 plus 2 piercing plus 1d5 fire damage instead. The priest's enemies suffer the opposite effects. Haven't had a cleric in your party before, so now you get some cleric exclusive spells. Yep. Druids, clerics share most spells, but they each have unique... Yes, I did know about that. I hadn't had a priest until now. Multiple chants are not cumulative. Okay, and we have Draw Upon Holy Might. The priest calls upon her god to grant her power for a short period. When she does this, her strength, constitution, and dexterity are all raised by 1 point for every 3 levels of the caster. Whee! Okay, we have 2 instances of Hold Person. I know what that does. And 1 of Slow Poison. I know what that does. Let's see. What is this? We have a Holy Smite. I don't think I need to read that one. And a Remove Paralysis. Man, that would have been useful in that last fight against Saravok. Oh, and I get to pick. Oh boy. Animal Summoning, Cause Serious Wounds, Cloak of Fear, Cure Serious Wounds, Death Ward, defensive harmony, farsight, free action, holy power, lesser restoration, mental domination, negative plane protection, neutralize poison, poison, protection from evil, 10-foot radiance, protection from lightning. Ooh, I have to admit I'm a little tempted by Death Ward, but the fact is I'm going to forget to cast it constantly, so it would be... That's most of my spells are wasted because I forget to cast them. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I think you're right about the protection from evil being the best one to choose here. Why does it say 10-foot radius here, but 15-foot radius here? Very weird. Well, I'm going to memorize it anyway. We don't have any 5s, which means we don't have any 6s, so I don't need to check there. Alright. This is the new party, and you know what? I forgot to check what this guy's alignment is. One moment. Neutral good. All right. We're still in the right zone. There's something that feels a little off about his character portrait, but I can't quite put my finger on it. I think it's that one side of his face is so much bigger than the other side. Well, be that as it may.
Hey.
Okay, everybody. We're gonna take a bit of a... We're gonna take some ganders. Actually,
yes.
We're gonna make sure that Safana
What do you need?
and our man G here are detecting.
Yep.
Oh, look, more people to talk to. Prin is tra-la-lying. Gnome genetics. Gnome genetics make their face seriously lopsided? Oh, hello? Apologies for not greeting you sooner. I was a bit distracted. Didn't notice you. No apology is necessary. I didn't want to disturb your song. Were you singing to that rock? That's hardly a surprise, considering the racket you're making, or I'll be on my way. Were you singing to that rock? Don't bully gnomes, they have it hard enough as it is. What are you talking about? You know, as long as you're an ass man, you have the best view in the world. I probably look a little strange, don't I? This is a very unusual stone, though. It fascinates me. It looks old. What's that writing carved upon it? Do you always sing at natural objects that fascinate you? You seem more than a little strange. It's only a rock. Or would that I was capable of finding a rock so absorbing. I'll leave you to contemplate its mysteries. It looks old. What's that writing? I wish I could tell you. It's not natural. I was walking the coast way, singing as I worked out a new song, when I heard the stone humming. Intriguing. Was it humming a particular song? Perhaps trying to communicate with you? I'd think it was trying to talk to you, but what could a rock have to say? Or, nonsense, you're imagining things. Intriguing. At first, I thought I might be going mad, but there are miners like this all over the side of the crossing. They all responded to my humming. When I sing to more than one, their tones last longer. They stop eventually, though. I'd try to find all of them, but the forest is too dangerous. Journal has been updated with ancient miners. Thanks for sharing your story. I'll watch for these miners. Can I try singing to your miner? Too dangerous for you, perhaps. I'll find them. Or a pity, I have to be going now. Can I try singing to it? I see no reason why not. Just go right up to it and sing. Anything else I can help with? I don't believe so. I'll watch out for these miners. May I sing to your miner? Or no, I have to go. I don't believe so. I'll watch out for these rocks, though. If you find them all and learn why they're singing, could you return and let me know? Of course, or perhaps. Of course! I'm going to be returning anyway, so... I'll be here, singing to the stone. Need to find all 6 ancient miners in the area. Interesting. So if I just... Oh wow. Runes eroded by time mark one face of this tall stone miner. An image on its surface shows a man with a billowing cloud issuing from his mouth. A second man clad in robes... Oh, no, it disappeared before I could finish reading it. The miner emits a constant low-pitched hum. Hello? Can you understand me? Hum at the miner? Sing at the miner? I'll come back at another time. Savannah, you're pretty charming. Can you try singing to the miner? Sing at the miner? The miner's hum turns to a bone-chilling wail. Oh, apparently my character's singing voice is not very nice. What? Wraith? Well, that was a thing. A second man clad in robes stands with his arm outstretched and magical energy flying from his hand. The energy has struck the cloud and divided it into 6 pieces. Match its tone is my guess. Maybe. Apparently I can't interact at it again.
They mock me. Me! This cannot stand. This will not stand.
Okay, so it is after midnight by my time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to speak to Edwin here. And then I will call it a night before I explore more of this map to find miners. So I am going to make a note here. Alright, find 6 miners to sing at. Edwin, my favorite psychotic conjurer. Oh boy. Well, he sounds fun. Let's go harass him.
Eh? What is this? Where did you come from? Careful, Odessiron. You can trust no one.
Great. Edwin? Edwin Odessiron. It's been some time since I last saw you. What was that you were saying? Are you talking to yourself? Where did I come from? I was right in front of you and you nearly walked over me. Or, I've no patience for your arrogance or your questions. Watch where you walk in the future or I'll find a new skull to house your worthless eyes. There's always the answer in there that makes me sound like a complete psycho. Every time. Edwin? It's been some time since I last saw you. Wait, Foxwine? What business brings you here? The crusade of Kalar Argent in the north. I intend to stop it before it spreads. Once again, I find myself dragged into events. Kalar Argent seeks my death. Kalar Argent tried to kill me, and now I'm trying to kill her back. Childish, yes, but in my defense, she started it. Oh yeah, that's a real sibling response right there. That's some juicy sisterhood response there. I know not why, but Kalar Argent tried to kill me. She failed. Now she must pay for her error. You know, this one is very honest. The number 3 is very honest to how I feel, but I'm just not sure if it's my actual character's response. You know what? Once again, I find myself dragged into events. You too? The Gleaming Witch has dogged my heels since I left Dragonspear Castle.
she would see thee dead. Perhaps she's not the villain we believed.
Oh, dynamic hair does not like him.
For the love of the gods, save that filth for a chamber pot. You, Odie, wizard, do you know where Kalar can be found?
She is coiled like a serpent waiting for prey, barely a day's journey from us. Join me, Edwin. We've much to discuss. Now this I've got to see. Thanks for the information, Edwin. Edwin's quest in BG1 is to kill Dinah Hare. Oh, I see. That is all I need. Let us part ways with great haste. You know what? I'm gonna go for number 2. What's I've got to see? Thanks for the information, Edwin. You go to face the Shining Lady, eh? Perhaps I shall join you. We have a mutual enemy. She has no chance against the two of us. If it's company you seek, you can stay at the Flaming Fist camp. I'll find you there if need be. Now be gone. Or join the troops if you wish, but not I. Follow the campfires and tell the guard I sent you. The thing here is that even if I wanted him, obviously Dynamic Hair would leave. And if Dynamic Hair leaves, Minsk leaves. And I currently refuse to be without Minsk. So, you know, we're kind of... Edwin acts radically different from the other games. Perhaps. Yeah, so I'm not going to be inviting him to join, but I'm not sure which one of these to go with. He would never have asked to join. He would have phrased it as you helping him as, yeah. I seem to remember, like, briefly meeting up with him on my way, like, very close to Baldur's Gate. And he tried to get me to serve him. And I was like, well, I basically told him to fuck off. So, maybe he just really wants this Kalar woman dead. Let's see. You know what? I don't not really want to tell him to be gone, so I'm just gonna tell him to become a camp follower, and I'm just gonna giggle to myself forever over telling him to be a camp follower. Because historically that has a very different meaning. Join the troops, but not me.
You will regret this decision.
And when you come crawling back to me, begging Odesseron to save you, I shall look down and whisper, "No."
That's okay. That's okay, Eddie. I don't want you. You can go away. Go, I don't know, go do some necromancy somewhere, Ed. I declined Edwin's offer to join me. Okay. Poor Edwin, all he wanted was unlimited power with Sith lightning. Well, there's plenty of lightning going on here, so I don't know what he's complaining about. Man, this is a big map. It's gonna take me a while to go over the whole of it. Okay, let's make sure I haven't spoken to this Soralis person. Do I want to? Do I need to? Okay, fine.
Good day, and hello to you.
I'm Soralis, a wizard in employ of the Flaming Fist. Do you sell items, Soralis? What exactly do you do in camp? Or, good day, I must be off. What exactly do you do? I provide arcane support to the troop and help advise the commanders on magical matters. I'm not a merchant, but if you require gear, you can speak to Quartermaster Belgarm. Have a good day. Well, that was pointless.
A word. I want to talk about that little speech you made before
What?
we left
Hey,
the gate.
I just can't end this stream, can I? Of course, Captain Corwin, what can I do for you? I wondered when you'd get around to asking about that, or that is a desire we do not share. What can I do for you, Corwin? Some of the things people are saying about you concern me. Such as? People? What am I accused of? What is it these people say of me? Be they civilian, mercenary, royalty, or even deity, I care little what people think of me. Such as that you were in league with Saravok, for instance. Some on the fringe claim you are even related. Well, they're half right. Like Saravok, I am a child of Baal, but I assure you, a father is all we share. Regrettably, that last is true. You can choose your friends, but not your family. There are many who would see me fall, spread these vile lies, and you'll do nothing but help them. Is that what you want? You know what? I'm gonna go with the middle one here. The last is true. You can choose your friends, but not your family. My father has a saying, words can comfort, but blood will tell. My actions will tell you all you need know of me. You think I like being the child of the Lord of Murder? I didn't choose to be a sibling to Saravok. All I can do is try to demonstrate my own merit. If that doesn't satisfy you, well, it'll have to satisfy you. I can do no more, and shouldn't have to. A bleak view. I prefer to think one's actions are determined by individual will. Or, your father is a fool, and you're no better if you believe all that nonsense. Man! Straight from psychopath to sociopath. Boy. It's number 1 or number 2. I'm just not sure which one. It is very touchy. I'm definitely not going to call her father a fool, though, so I can scratch that one. This froze me in a very weird position, by the way. It, like, caught me mid-stretch, and I'm just stuck there now. Okay, I'm gonna go with the, you think I like being the child of the Lord of Murder? I want to believe you. You should. I said nothing but the truth. It'd make both of our lives easier if you did. Believe this, if nothing else. Kalar Argent tried to kill me, and I will pay her back in kind. If you would see the Shining Lady fall, then we are allies, regardless of our history or bloodlines. Or, believe what you will, it matters not a whit to me. Okay, it's either 1 or 3 here. Okay, straight up, straightforward, right in her face. Very well. I'll not tell anyone else of your connection to Saravok. Even so, take care of how you're seen by those around you. One of those people may be all that stands between you and a sword someday. And if the rumors are true, if Kalar's a child of Baal, that could complicate matters significantly. I've killed one half-sibling, I can kill more. Well, thank you very much for that not actually terribly useful talk, but I'm free! Alright, let's save. And this is where I will pick up next week. Exploring this gigantic map, trying to find 6 miners. And anything else that might be creeping around in here. Getting the lay of the land and all of that joy. So, yes, this is where I will be calling it a night. And, oh wait, not next week. I will not actually be streaming on Sunday next week. Something has come up in the schedule that I am unable to weasel out of. But still, even though I will not be streaming next Sunday, but the Sunday after, you can find all of my previous Baldur's Gate streams on my YouTube channel to keep you occupied. There are so many hours. There's 31 other sessions there to pore over and laugh at my suffering as I try to, you know, stay good somehow, despite the absolutely psycho things the game wants me to say sometimes. Yes, well, Jorg, family is fairly important to me, I'm afraid. Well, actually, I'm not afraid. It's family is important to me. Oh, thank you, Green. Good night to you, too. And speaking of my schedule, I will be back streaming again tomorrow night. Starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, I will be playing City Skylines. I'll be returning to my city of Pepper Lake and be attempting to grow the population there and wait for that tornado. There's going to be a tornado. I've been promised tornadoes by the fact that it's a scenario, but they just haven't arrived for a long time, and I'm really worried about how big and how bad they're going to be once they do arrive. Good night to you too, Jorg. You're welcome for the stream. It has been my pleasure. And then I will be back again. Where was I in my schedule? Yes, back again on Wednesday night at as close to 7 p.m. as we can get enough people together to form a room. I will be playing either Among Us or Scribble It or both with my friends. Among Us is Among Us, and we will, you know, do our very best in detection, hopefully. Or we'll play hide and seek, in which case we'll be running and screaming in the dark. And Scribble It is sort of a Pictionary type game where you draw a picture and people try to guess what word you're trying or concept you're trying to present. And we do interestingly with that one, since some of us can draw but none of us can spell, so it gets kind of interesting sometimes. And then at around 10 o'clock, 10:15, 10:30 or so, when my friends who have day jobs turn into pumpkins, I will be switching over to Valheim, where I will be running around in my solo server there. I will be getting more exploring done this upcoming Wednesday, and gathering a lot more wood. My supplies of special wood, fine wood and core wood, have gotten extremely low, and they need to be refreshed. Now, the core wood I can refresh with my explorations, because most of my explorations are through Dark Forest, but fine wood is going to have to be running around meadows to try to find, so we'll see how any of that goes. Then on Thursday night, starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, I will be playing Sunless Sea for Try Not to Die Thursday. I will be continuing to attempt to explore the Great Subterranean Sea and find what I need to find. And I don't actually have my notes in front of me, so I'm not entirely certain what I'm doing. Although I believe I was going to talk to a college about the Empire of Hands that I found last stream. Yes, that sounds right. So I will be talking to a college about the Empire of Hands, and we'll see where that takes me. Probably back to the Empire of Hands, let's face it. And we'll see. And that is the upcoming week in my schedule, since I will not be streaming this upcoming Sunday because there are family plans for me to be involved in instead. All the games I plan to play and everything that I plan to do in those games. All of that joy and fun. Haha. So, tonight has been a lot of fun, and I hope that all of you have had at least as much fun as I have. And I hope that you have a great night. Good night!